Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Some of you may know why we're back, but also if you've read the title, you'll know why we're back. And that is because we're going to be covering another data-driven feature, how to add your own custom pig variants. Because inside of snapshot 25W02A, pig variants were added to the game. And these are also data-driven, so you can add your own with data packs. It does also require a resource pack, but that's only to load the texture. Now, I've already added one because these are very simple to add. So if I grab myself a pig spawn egg, I've added a dark oak version. So if I spawn a pig within the dark oak forest, you can see we have a black pig. Now, the texture is not the best. I threw something together really quickly just so you guys get a rough idea. And this isn't going to be public in any way, so the texture doesn't really matter. Although it will be public because you can download it below if you do want to download the example version. But this version is only for you guys to download and adjust to how you like it. But I will also show you how to add your own custom versions if you would like as well. So we have a black pig that spawns within the dark oak forest. Now, because I'm recording this quite soon after, I don't know if there's a way to make them naturally spawn within these biomes. I'm not too sure if they do naturally spawn, but if you pick a biome that pigs naturally spawn in, so let's say for example we had a birch forest variant, any pig that naturally spawns here will automatically become your variant. If you pick a biome that pigs do not naturally spawn in, let's say for example mushroom fields, I don't think pigs will then start naturally spawning there if you had a variant for that biome. But I will update the pinned comment with any changes Minecraft make in future snapshots. So let's jump straight to how you can add your own pig variants. So it requires a data pack and a resource pack. We're going to cover the data pack first. So inside of your data pack, you need a pack.mc meta file, and also a PNG is optional. You do not need this. If you are making your pack downloadable or public, you might want to add a PNG image so it better explains what your data pack does. And then you also need a data folder. Now if we open up the pack.mc meta, the pack format is currently 62. Now just a quick disclaimer, this will change. As snapshots go, this pack format will be updated. So let's say for example next snapshot Minecraft make more data pack changes, this will go up to 63 and so on. All you need to do is just check the latest Minecraft patch notes and that will tell you what the updated pack format is. Now I have the min and max here as 62, and the reason for this is because if they don't make any changes to pig variants in the next one, I can then change this to 63, and this will then also work in that version. And then we just have a description, which is the text adds new pig variants, and we have a color of gold. So that's them two done. Inside of the data, you then need a Minecraft folder, but this Minecraft folder can be whatever you want it to be. It's basically your namespace for your data pack. So if your data pack is called custom pigs, then this would be called custom pigs. Although do note, this cannot have any capital letters in it. Now I'm naming this Minecraft just because it's easier. Naming something with the default namespace does remove a lot of work. And then inside the Minecraft folder, we have a pig_variant. This needs to be spelled exactly like this. If you get this wrong, then the pack will not work. And inside of the pig variant, we then have our variant, which in this case, we have black.json. I am going to make a new version inside of this, and let's call this the pale pig for the pale garden. Now inside of this, we have a biomes, and this is the biomes that your variant will appear in when spawned. Now this can be a tag of biomes, so if you do hashtag Minecraft, you can then do a tag. So if you want it to be every single forest, you can then do hashtag Minecraft is forest. Although don't forget, this does need to be a registered tag. You can find all the biome tags by going into the biome tags folder. We are just going to call this pale garden. Then model. Now model, there are two versions it can currently be. This can be either normal, which it follows the normal pig model, or it can be cold, which it then follows the cold pig model. Quickly just jumping back to the game, this is the cold pig, and this is the normal. So the cold pig model just has more of a fur around the base of it. So if you use the cold pig model, then you can add this fur looking texture to your custom pig as well. If you use the normal model, it will then look like this pig, and also the warm pig. But in this case, we're just going to use normal. And then the texture. This is the texture location. Once again, we have our resource pack namespace as Minecraft. If you don't, this will then need to be changed to be whatever your resource pack namespace is. And then it's inside of the entity, the pig, and then the texture is called black pig. You do not need to add .png. just because the game knows that it's a PNG file. And that is the data pack done. And we now have our pale version as well. But that's only the data pack. The game now knows to add a pale pig to the game, but it does not know where to get the texture from. So if I load this up into the game, the pig will appear in the pale garden when I spawn it, but it will not have a texture. So now we need to go to the resource pack to basically assign a texture to that pig variant. And once again, this has a PNG. This is optional. Once again, I would recommend it if you're making your pack public because it better explains what the pack does. You then need a pack.mc meta. The current resource pack version is version 47, so that needs to be entered. Once again, the same as data pack, in future versions this will be increased. And we have supported formats at 4747. We also have the description set as a color and then textures for custom pig. And then inside of the assets, we now have Minecraft. Once again, this right here needs to match whatever is in your data pack and then your variant, so Minecraft. If this does not match the resource pack namespace, the pack won't work. But if we go back here, we have Minecraft, in here we have textures, we then have entity, we then have pig, and then we have our black pig. So basically that is all this resource pack does. Now I do quickly just want to mention, because the cold pig has more textures on its model, the textures are different for the warm pig, the normal pig, and the cold. The normal pig and the warm pig use the same texture, but the cold pig uses more of a texture, which you can see down here, as this part down here is what is loaded on top. And it does also seem like it does have a texture underneath if this part is removed. But if that model part in the data pack is set to cold, it will need to pull from this texture rather than this one. So you also need to make sure you assign the correct texture format to it as well, although it shouldn't cause any errors. But to make the pale pig, all we need to do now is just create a texture, which I'm just going to basically black and white this. So let's make it black and white. I now have opened up the pale moss. I'm just going to pick block a color off this. Let's just take that one. And I'm now going to go here and basically just recolor this one, because once again, this don't need to look good. It's just to show you how it works. So now when I save this variant, if I now go to assets, Minecraft, textures, entity pig, we have our black pig. I now need to save this. I'm going to save it as pale_pig. But one thing I now need to do is make sure that my data pack matches up, which I don't think I changed it. So pig variant, pale, and yes, I didn't. So the pale pig variant will now actually have the black pig texture. So I just want to change this to match, which I called it pale_pig. And there we go. If I now save this, that is now both the data pack and resource pack done. So now what I need to do is load it onto the world. I'm creating a new world, but if you are loading it onto a old world, then you can obviously do that as well. But if I now drag it in, as you can see, it's now on the world. If I now select it, it's loaded without any errors. And now if I head here, we can load the world. You are going to get this error because it is an experimental feature. This is just saying that one day it could stop working or break. That's fine because it's snapshots anyway. I can load it. So I've now loaded the data pack. I now also need to load the resource pack, which once again, I dragged that in. I need to enable that and load it. And once again, that has loaded with no issues. So now if I go to a pale garden and spawn a pig there, it should now show up as the pale version, which let's now test it. So I am at a pale garden. If I quickly just head into the dark oak forest, you can see if I spawn a pig here, it still uses the black variant with a black texture. And if I head into the pale garden, you can see it uses the pale variant with the pale texture. And that looks absolutely horrendous. Now, once again, I will have this data pack linked in the description so you can download it and then just change the files yourself if you don't want to add all the files yourself. But once again, before this update is fully released, this data pack will probably break. I will have a pinned comment of any changes they make and any changes you need to make to the data pack yourself if you are using a more up-to-date version. This is an experimental feature, so it will most likely be changed anyway, but just keep a lookout for the pinned comment. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, do like and subscribe. It does really help out, and I guess I'll see you guys in another one very soon. Bye!